Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for staying tuned, and as you see in the title, today is a December reset routine. The fact that it's December already, I don't know where this year has went. Apparently somebody stole some and was like, we got to get up out of here. This year has gone by so fast, and I know I kind of missed my November reset routine, even though I did a Q3. We'll get into all that. And if you have not watched my life update, I think it comes out before this video. No, it might come out after this video. But anyway, life update. I got busy, life was lifing, and it was just a lot of stuff going on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight on into the video. Alright y'all, so if you see me looking at my phone, as always, I have the template on Notion. Notion is where I put all my future planning, like goals, all that kind of stuff. So that is what I'm looking at. And I have a template that I got from a fellow YouTuber here, and that's what I utilize for like my monthly intentions and reflections and things of that nature. So let's get into it. November. Yeah, the fact that it's November already and I felt like I just moved and just got into my position, and it's been a whole month since I started, and now we're getting into December. It's really crazy, but it's just a testament of a lot of things that has transpired. And then, you know, I am going to do a whole recap so I can tell you guys kind of all the highs and lows that I had, and just some of the life lessons that I did. But anyway, November just came and went. Next thing you know, I knew I started a job. I had 50 million events, and now we're in December. So end of the month reflection, one thing I wanted to do and I was very intentional about is being able to be in the moment. So the intentional thought I had was I'm ready to receive the next journey season, which played along with a lot of things like moving, starting a whole new job in the end of the fourth quarter, and just trying to get back into, you know, the things that I enjoy. And it was, I wouldn't say it was difficult, but it was very much intentional of trying to, you know, not do as much, trying to feel everything out. Although I thought I was going to, you know, kind of ease into the job. It was like, hey, here you go, the first, because I started on a Wednesday because the week I started fell on a holiday, which was a random holiday. And then next thing I knew was Classic. Then so many events came up, and it was just like, okay, we are now kind of slowing back down so we can get a handle on everything. But I was really ready to receive the whole next season and all that. So the highs for the month, the biggest high I would say is getting settled back into Birmingham. Even though talking to people who I've met up with since I moved, everybody was like, I felt like you was gone longer, and I was like, I felt like I was gone longer. So just getting settled back into Birmingham, a lot of my job does deal with community outreach and working with various people and this, that, and the third. So I was very intentional of how to get back into that space. Y'all know I'm part of a whole bunch of organizations, so I kind of renewed my memberships with them, and I was like, okay, let's get out here and do that. Also just introducing people to myself again, because a lot of people knew me when I worked at the police department, and it was like, hey, yeah, I used to work at the police department, but this is where I work now, and this is what I'm trying to do, and this, that, and the third. So that was one of the biggest highs, because I got to see a lot of people I haven't seen in months, and, you know, just really cultivate new relationships too. And I think that was the biggest thing that I wanted to do when I got back to Birmingham, is really cultivate all those relationships. And then it kind of goes into my second high for the month, and it was just positive energy, y'all. Like, one of the biggest things, and I told my mentor this, and for the life of me, and even my therapist, for the life of me, I was kind of second guessing myself about moving back to Birmingham so soon. And I just felt like people was gonna be like, oh well, you know, she couldn't make it here and this, that, and the third. And I just felt like, I don't know where it came from, but literally I was just like, well, people are gonna be, you know, wondering why I moved back and this, that, and the third. It's gonna be so negative. And then my mentor was like, so what? They're not gonna say it to your face, and if they do, so what? It's not like you coming back home and you have nothing to show for it. Like, you literally went and got a bigger bag, you got director at a bigger organization, and you know, you doing what you need to do. And I was so worried that people was gonna be like that, and you know, meeting up with people, because I was very intentional about setting up time with friends and stuff like that when I could. But everybody had like a positive energy, you know, people were so happy that I was back, and it just felt so welcoming, especially being in that space of, I thought that people were gonna be like, dang, you really just, you crashed out while you was out there. So it just warmed my heart to really be around so much positive energy, and to have people in my corner, and you know, just be in the moment. And I think that was the biggest thing for me, and being around all that positive energy. So really the only low I would say for the month of November is I really had to get used to sharing space. And as you guys know, I still have my apartment here in Chattanooga, but I moved in with my family, and I just have not lived with them full time. Like, you know, they might come up to Chattanooga for like a weekend, and by the time, you know, folks get on your nerves, it's time for them to go. But now it's just like, oh, we live together. And so I'm still trying to get used to that. Still trying to get used to schedules, because all of us work and nobody keeps a set schedule of what time they want to go to the bathroom or what time they're waking up. So it's pushing me behind on my schedule. So it's stuff like that. So loss of space is probably the biggest low, because again, it's not that I can't get up and go when I need to, but it's just like, I'm always trying to figure out, hey, if you're doing this, what I need to do, all that kind of stuff. So especially in the house. So I would say that's probably the biggest thing. So if you guys listen to my Q3 monthly reset, I was just like, hey, I'm really focused on not having any real tangible goals, but trying to finish out a lot of stuff, because it's December, but literally it's a lot of planning for January, and a lot of things that I'm trying to do. And again, I'll get more into that for my goals video for 2025, so be on the lookout for that. But as always, I still had just a little bit of things that I wanted to do. So as always, I want to put it on the screen right here. And I really didn't do a lot. Again, I was very intentional about not doing a lot, but I still want to do something. So personal, read one book. I can tell you the truth, because my commute is not that far right now, especially living at home, and my job is not too far. Like literally, I would say it's a 12-minute commute, like little 12 minutes. So it's like by the time I get into a book, it's time to get out. And I'm always in meetings and stuff, so I really don't have a lot of downtime to listen to books or even read books. So I'm trying to figure that out. I started a book. I don't think I'm gonna be finished by November, and I'm not finished by the time I made this video. So that's that, but it's okay. We're gonna try to get this together. But wake up by 6:45 during the week. So I did do this again. I think I was very intentional about having to wake up before 6:45, because again, I have to share a lot of space in bathrooms and things like that. So I had to wake up, it's before 6:45, before everybody in my house kind of woke up because I had to get dressed. So that kind of forced me, but outside of that, I did hit that intention. So build new morning and evening routine. To be honest, my evening and morning routine looks vastly different than what it did, and I'm trying to develop a new one and what this new season looks like. Again, sharing spaces, what that looks like, what does that entail, all that kind of stuff. So we're trying. That's all I got to say. So create a new self-care routine. I kind of did that as little during those 2 weeks that I was off from work, well, off and not having to work. So I did create self-care routine then, and I typically do it on Sundays. Unfortunately, until I get some filming space, you probably won't see any routine videos until then, but it's going to be okay. And then also journal every day. So I did do that. Journaling really was you know, high priority for me. It was very high priority to me. So business, YouTube, and social media. So I had upload on YouTube 8 times. Did not do that. Did not do that at all. And then build following on TikTok and Instagram. I feel like I'm at a plateau with my social media platforms, and that's YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I've been losing a couple of followers, and that's fine. That's, you know, growth in general. And then I gain a whole bunch of them, lose them. So I'm trying to figure out how to grow more. And I know y'all are like, you in PR and communication, you should know this. Social media is totally different. And although I do social media and stuff like that, I'm still trying to figure out what that looks like for me, especially that I'm not very niched anymore, and especially when I go into 2025 with some things that I want to accomplish. What does that look like? What does the content change? Does it, all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to sit back and not worry so much about, you know, not being consistent, but you know, so much of the followers, so much of the, but really making prominent content that I like to see, but also trying to figure out what's best for the audience that I have. So that's what I kind of been doing, but did not build a big one. Health and fitness, I said walk at least 4 times a week. Although I've been closing rings on my Apple Fitness, on my Apple Watch, I have not been prioritizing fitness. I have not prioritized that in a while. And so I literally got up one day and I was like, I'm going to get a membership. Have I been to the gym yet? No. In December, I'm actually having a consultation with one of the trainers at the gym that I signed up for, because it was like a penny, and I was like, let's get this. And so just to figure out what's kind of like the best workouts, I'm not going to get a trainer just yet. I'm going to see what I can do on my own first, because I messed up when I started finally going back to the gym. And y'all know I had a trainer, I was doing a lot, but then by the time I moved, stuff was getting crazy and it was just a lot. So I'm going to see what I can do on my own, see if the trainer who's at the fitness center can give me some tips and stuff that I need to do, and then probably, you know, work on my fitness from that point. But that's what I'm doing. Finance, save $500. Did not do that. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of know why my finances have been looking a little funky. I guess, and it's crazy because, well, I get paid more in my job now, but now I have to pay state tax, so that's a whole different story. But typically it's right around the same amount that I usually get, but your girl just been trying to figure out where it's been going. And I don't know, it's always around November, December, and my birthday is just like, where did it go? but we're going to be very intentional about finances in the next year because it goes along with one of my other goals. But we're not gonna talk too much. Okay, now we're going to get into December goals. So the first intentional thoughts, I'm slowing down to build up momentum for 2025. So December is very much a planning point in my life. December is really, you know, I'm not trying to, like, the goals that I had for 2024 is either have been completed or have not. It is what it is. And I'm just like, if I can do it, yeah, okay. If I can't, we're just gonna move on and, you know, do what we need to do for 2025. So that's really what I'm going to be doing in December. Hence, there probably won't be like a December, January reset routine, because I'm just gonna talk about goals and what my intentions are for 2025. So that's gonna be it. But let's get into it. So read 2 books. I am going to, so I enjoy reading handbooks, like the actual physical copies of a book, but I have realized like life be life, and I do need to do Audible. And then also I do have a second iPad that's smaller that I can use as a Kindle. So literally that's what we're gonna be doing. I'm reading 2 books for the month. The books that I have selected is Master of Me by Keke Palmer and Power Moves by Sarah Jakes Roberts. I'm going to include some in the description box and then put pictures up here. Also, Build New Morning and Evening Routine. What does that look like in the season I am in right now? Again, journal every day. Pack up my apartment because y'all know I'm moving in January back to Birmingham. Well, I'm in Birmingham, but all my stuff isn't in Birmingham. So I will be moving into a storage unit with most of my things until everything has been completed. So pack for trip. I am going on a trip in December. Hence why I said if it don't get done in December, it's just, I'm not gonna worry about it, because literally the first week in December, I'm at work. I took off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I come back Sunday and I go back to work Monday. Then that's the whole week. Then Christmas is the next week. So literally December is gone for me already. So I need to pack for the trip. Also, I do need to purchase or identify planners that I'm going to use. I have purchased one for work, and it's only because I was in Burlington and they had these little cute planners on the shelves, and I was like, oh, this would be cute for work to utilize, because I try to keep work and personal separate, because there's a lot of stuff I do personally that kind of don't need to like meetings and stuff I can put on my personal, but I try to keep work tasks out of my personal planner and make sure it's in my work planner. So I did get one for that, but I need to find out what personal one I'm using. More than likely, because I have iPads, I will do a digital planner, and it's just easier for me to take away my iPad versus having some extra books in my book bag. So business and YouTube, I am literally just hitting the bare minimum goal. So I said upload on YouTube at least 4 times, so I'm not doing 2 videos a week right now. I'm still doing the 1. I don't know how long I'm going to do the 1 video, or am I going to go back to 2 videos. Again, December is going to be the month I figure all that stuff out. And as always, if you have specific content things that you want to see from me, put it in the description below. But yes, okay. Then spiritually, conduct Bible study once a week. I had as a goal to find a new church, but the only issue is because the first week of December I'll probably be back up in Chattanooga trying to pack as much. The next weekend I'm going to be on a trip. The weekend after that, everybody has me, you know, together for they have me bind for events. And then maybe the week after that, I mean, it's right after Christmas, I'll probably come back up here and try to do some more packing, because my lease is up on the 24th, but I'm moving everything out of here by the 11th. So on the 24th, I really just gotta come back and give them my keys. So that's that. Also read devotional daily, and then save $500. I really have to start back on my savings because my savings have taken a dive like twice in 1 year. Yeah, so other than that, what am I looking forward to in the month of December? And that's my vacation trip, being around friends and families for the holidays, and being able to slow down. I also did put get back in routine, but again, I think that probably won't happen until January. Just calling a spade, that probably will not happen until then. So that is what I'm going to say. So those are the ones that I am looking forward to for December. Again, thank you so much for staying tuned. Hit that notification bell. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And then also share this with your work and business bestie and let them know they're part of the family and they need to join us as well. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.